effective would throwing knives be
against a sword
if I only had knives and no sword to defend myself?
Let's find out.
So for this experiment, I'm gonna be throwing knives at Clark and he's gonna be closing in on me. If he gets hit, he loses and has to stop. And if he gets to me, I lose. I did get hit.
You got the third one as I hit you.
Yeah. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I died.
Yeah.
That second one did get you.
The
first one was the hand.
elbow.
This was a really interesting experiment. Unlike the experiment where I had a sword and knives, I didn't feel as overpowered. In fact, I felt it as a disadvantage.
Yeah, because we've already discovered that pairing a throwing knife with a sword is reasonable to do. In this case, you had one, maybe two chances before I could close and hit you.
Now, if you were further away, I'd have a better chance, but we didn't do that for two reasons. One, it wouldn't fit on the camera, and two, I mean, that's just ranged versus not ranged.
Yeah.
When I had my other sword, you had to stay at bay. I still had a threat, so you couldn't just close on me like with this one. But if you closed on me and I had these, I'm not gonna beat you with a knife against a sword.
No.
There were many a time where I did hit you in the hand. I don't know if that would have stopped you.
There were a couple where I would parry it and it'd keep going to the arm or like the thigh. That probably wouldn't have stopped me, but if it did sink blade first, it could have.
I did hit you a number of times just dead on.
Yes.
A couple of times I hit you dead on the hand, but I would say you probably still came out with more wins than I did.
More wins, but also more wounds.
Another thing to mention here is I'm not the best knife thrower in the world. Some of the times the dagger did hit and it was like this, but for this experiment, we're just assuming that I'm more skilled than I am, so any contact would have been a direct hit.
Probably the most surprising thing was how effectively you could ward your entire body with just a nice strong flu as you chase.
Trying to get around the sword was hard. You'd think it's so small it wouldn't be a big deal, but realistically, if I'm throwing at him, it's easy for him just to move the sword and block.
Here, if I go high versus low, I can cover my entire body with a pretty small motion.
So if it came down to a battle between someone with throwing knives and someone with a sword,
the sword wins.
If that person is already within a reasonable distance.
Yes.
If the throwing knife person has seen them before they're even close to engaging, if they're even out of Sufekten, I might give it to the knife thrower.
Agreed, especially the biggest thing was time. You only really had about 2 chances to throw before I was close enough that the third one was usually a glancing shot and I could hit you.
But if you want to see more shenanigans with knives, stay tuned because we got some fun stuff planned.